Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what was out there, and a lot of very cool creations of a lot of variety today, I gotta say. So the very first creation here today is a SV, and this is by CrazyZ. It is called the EVICTOR. EVICTOR, not Invictor, EVICTOR. So yeah, it's like, yeah, if you didn't pay your rent, you get out. Yeah, you'd have to pay pretty good rent, I think, on this ship. Based on what I seen when I parked it, that interior or that cockpit area is pretty plush, I gotta say. Well, yeah, look at this. So I asked CrazyZ yeah, a little bit about the ship here, and basically said that he plans on using this in Season 6 as a drone part collector. And it has a couple of unique things about it, and how you get on board the ship as well. But just taking a look at its styling and looks, it really looks like it's kind of got that sports car thing going on for it. Again, well, I wouldn't say a car necessarily, but like a sports ship, if that's a thing. Yeah, it's really cool. I was kind of taking a look at how the reverse thrust is done. I like these thruster inlets over here, and then you can see the color gradients going on there as well. In fact, there's quite a few different color tones in here. Pretty unusual. You've got this darker gray here, and then you got some tans, and there's some blues in there, and then obviously more colors for various color fadings in places, plus some texture lights and LCDs, and yeah, all this stuff. Yeah, really cool ship. It's not very big, pretty small ship. Looks like it's got some pretty potent thrust to it too, like. Just kind of taking a look at this thruster housing here, which is really cool, by the way. But yeah, a lot of big thrusters in there. Well, I wouldn't say big, but you know, some good-sized thrusters plus some more. And yeah, it just looks like it's gonna maneuver really well. I have not looked at the specs on that yet. And also has other features like a drone hatch here, and he explained that for getting drone parts and whatnot, you don't want to leave the cockpit, and you can deploy a drone from inside the cockpit area. Also seeing that it's using some of these Reforged Eden like elevator blocks, I believe, or if there's just something weird going on here with the game, that could be it. These kind of look like, I don't know what. I've been seeing some glitches with some parts lately, and I'm kind of wondering if this is one of them. They kind of sort of look like they would be retractable turrets right here. I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'm just curious. I did already look, and it's got a ton of P menu options. Let me turn a couple of these on here. Turn on the attack bank and defense bank. Yeah, they are turrets. So yeah, that's what's going on. The game is glitching out. I was kind of wondering why the surface area was disappearing here, and that is there's been a kind of an ongoing problem with some blocks and some parts inside the game where some of the polygon walls of them seem to disappear when they're behind another block. I don't quite understand it, but that is what's going on there. I was just kind of curious. At first I was like, are those new Reforged Eden ramps and or elevators, I should say, and why would they be there? And they weren't. They were turrets like you would kind of expect. So interesting. I'm glad I brought those guns out there. That kind of fixed up the problem. Let me put them away again and see if that problem comes back a second. I'm just really curious on this. So let's take these both down and see if they're sidewall. See, after they were oh, there it goes. Then they disappear. Look at that. They were intact for a little bit, and then the sidewalls disappear. This is no fault of the author. This is going to happen on anybody's build with that looks like retractable turrets. I don't know if all the models of retractable turrets, but at least probably this type. Well, anyway, enough about talking about the bug there. I noticed that in some of my builds too, and that's the same thing that's going on here too. The game is screwing up. There's supposed to be a sidewall here. When I first looked at it, I was a little off put on that. I'm like, why would he leave a open hole over here? And it's not. They're retractable turrets. So anyway, really cool, interesting design here. Let's go aboard. Now I was told to get on board, so I went on to God mode here, that you need to walk up here This opens up, and when you walk in, you do have to crouch when entering the cockpit. So I'm going to crouch, and then you can walk up over here and take a look at this plush cockpit. It's like it's surrounded by like pillow bean bags or something. I don't know, but that is really cool. I looked at that and I'm like, man, that looks really comfortable. And then you can see you got a couple storage controllers over to the sides here, or ammo and a storage controller, as well as some things hidden here. Oh yeah, you got to have the fridge and the O2 on that side, and it looks like we got armor locker over there. That's very convenient. I definitely like that. That's neat. Yeah, it's not a big interior. And then you got CPU blocks and you got a drone hatch. Now right over here, there is a P menu option also for the drone hatch, and spotlights, and collision lights, and the logo. And exterior lights. There's just a lot of stuff here. Let me just turn on some more options here. So I guess from when you get out of the cockpit, as soon as you get out, and say we go to deploy the drone, try that. I guess, oh wait, we're supposed to jump up. Yeah, and then so you jump up, and then you can deploy the drone out of the craft. Really useful for those midnight hell planet kind of things. And this has a lot of thrust on this ship, and it's kind of made for that type of thing. So you're meant to stay in the cockpit and then deploy a drone outside. Going outside would be pretty lethal in those environments, as the ship was designed for. So yeah, very cool setup there, and it was built around a lot of function here. Now you can see it with the collision lights on too. That is kind of a trademark of a lot of CrazyZ builds. You really puts in some really cool, interesting like collision light displays on these. Looks realistic too. I mean, if you ever seen like emergency vehicles, parked somewhere and the lights are flashing, you get kind of that same general look. Very neat ship here. Let me just see if I missed anything more in the P menu. I did turn on a lot of stuff. Obviously, it has a spotlight as well, and then our guns. And, yeah. Very nice. Very nice ship. So, let's take a look at some numbers here. So, unlock level 20. Does 35 forward, 34 strafing, 70 lift, 35 reverse, 35 down. So, very balanced on its thruster here. Roll, yaw, and pitch are all pretty good too. 4 hour and 18-minute build time. Takes some Estrum and Zacosium. Does have 8 plasma cannons on here, which is really useful for its what it was designed to do. A detector, and then 3 more retractable positron beam turrets in here. 5 fuel tanks, 2 oxygen tanks. CPU wise, it is a Core 9 build. Doesn't quite use all the CPU. Pretty close. Right up 57,000 out of 60K. Storage wise, let's see. We got an ammo controller at about 4,500, right in there. And then a cargo controller at 11,000, a little over 11,000 there. So yeah. Plenty of room for ammo and to pick up those drone parts and whatever other loot you might get out of some POIs. And that's kind of what this was designed to do. Very cool. Nice build there. Again, this is the EVICTOR by CrazyZ. So the next creation here is by Barefoot and Hillbilly, and this is the Talos class cruiser. And I gotta say, Barefoot Hillbilly has been really building some very cool Star Wars inspired or Star Wars replica creations. Yeah, this one is no exception. I kind of instantly fell in love with it. And just kind of admiring the body here. Some of these body features on here are pretty unique to most ships I've seen in Empyrion. Especially this very tall stance to it. But that looks so cool. I love how this is done. These big section here where it kind of sits way off the ground, and oh, look at that, we've got a boarding ramp right on this front piece here, and this looks so neat. This really large like thruster housing. I love the thin blocks that go across in there like a big vent on there, and then obviously there's a real thruster in there as well, but that is really cool. Try to take a look around the back side of the ship here. Oh yeah, look at that big Star Wars like thruster housing setup here. Yeah, it's neat. Very cool. I like the extra pipes and stuff in there, and these littler thrusters with their own packs, and then you got a big one and another one over there. That's very very cool. On the top, I like this big. Wow, these are down thrusters. Look at that. I was looking at this. Oh yeah, two different size thrusters in here. You got some smaller ones on the outer one, some bigger ones on the inner one. But that is really neat way to display those thrusters where you don't really see them. Well, you can obviously when you look straight down on it. But that's a really neat way to do it, and it looks really nice too. And quite a bit of weaponry on this one here too. It looks like everything's kind of set up here to fire forward nicely. At least with all these turrets across the top here, each one has a good line of sight. So it can shoot beyond the one in front of it. Looks like we got a landing pad kind of right up on the top here. And then a bridge section back over here. Look at this interesting curvy block setup going along the side here. That looks really cool, actually. I kind of like that. It's, when you're looking at a voxel game, when you can get in these curves and stuff like that, it really throws people off because you're looking, or at least me, when I see these things, I kind of like first start to think of like Minecraft, your voxel blocks. But when you can do this kind of thing, it kind of throws that off where it no longer looks like it's something out of, something made with voxels. It's just higher polygon. Looks more like a actual model made with a 3D modeling program. And then the last really really cool feature. I mean, this whole thing looks great, but I definitely like the red accents on here too. That I think sets it off. There's also some darker grays in here too. Yeah, very very cool. Well, let's get on board this. I don't know much about this ship yet, but I know it looks really really neat. That's for sure. Hold on, I did not really look at the bottom side here either. So it looks like we potentially, I don't know. I don't know if that's just decoration. You could technically dock something on the surface up there, but I don't know if it was really designed for that or not. Maybe. I'm kind of wondering if something out there is a door or not. But anyway, very, very cool. So let me adjust the lighting as well. It's something I don't think I did with CrazyZ build there, but yeah, it looks just so plus there. Let's go up this staircase here. Wow, that's an interesting staircase. It goes up at a 45, then it goes to a 22.5 on this part of it. But I mean, how else are you going to do it? I mean, you've seen the outside profile there. It's about the only way you're going to pull off a way up that. So as soon as you get in here, you got a bunch of utility function, O2 and a med station, armor locker, box. And then it looks like we're getting right into the this level here. So we've got more utility function right over here, and I think that's a repair console as well. So probably for the repair bay right over here. Oh yes, and these side hanger doors over on the side. Okay, so you could bring in a vessel on the inside here and fix it up. Not a real big vessel, but you can bring in probably your average size SV. Stores some controllers out this way. I like how this feels pretty good, kind of realistic here. Interesting how it's got the gray. You can tell this is cargo extensions right there, and then this white barrier, just kind of stripe in the middle there, just kind of an accent. Little things like that, just to add some more detail to a creation, I think. Let's go up to the next deck here, and it looks like we got our CPU blocks around here and our main CPU core. Kind of protected inside this housing for it. And we got some side doors over here. Auxiliary core location. So this is pretty much just a core room. Makes sense. So let's go off the back side here. Look at this. Oh wow. So we're walking up above a shield room. And there's our Pentaxa tank. A lot of thruster access. The warp drive's up there. And I like all the pipe work and the stuff going on here. This looks really neat too. Neat looking block formation using those kind of oddball thin blocks that don't really have any matching blocks to support them much. But that looks really cool the way it's done. And then you can see the wiring behind it there. And shield gen access. Let's hit the button. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a catwalk up there. Say you're going to upgrade the shield or something. Well, you could obviously do it from down here too, but it looks like it has a dedicated spot for it up there. Yeah, that's very cool. All right, let's go up another floor here. So yeah, we're getting into some more CPU blocks here. Looks like our ready crew over here for deployment, maybe. And then we can put in some, it looks like some couple medium shield parts per side over here. So 4 medium shield parts, I would say. Wait, SC. Shield, probably capacitor is what it stands for. I just typically just call them small, medium, or large shield parts, but that, I'm pretty sure that's probably what that stands for there. Looks like more places for maybe another auxiliary core over here. A couple small constructors. Armor repair on this side. Oh, I like how that's displayed, kind of turned sideways like that. That actually looks pretty cool. Wi-Fi teleporter over here. Some crew member there. And it looks like we've got some more medium shield parts in here. So that'll bring it up to 6 medium shield part locations. And then we've got small shield parts over here. Looks like a full 8 of those. I like how that's done up. So a lot of shields that can be placed in here. So far, at least 6 mediums and 8 smalls. And I think that covered this this part of the ship here. Let me go down this elevator here. Actually, let me go forward right through it, see where we end up at. Oh, we've been there. Sorry about that. So let's go this way then. Now I'm worried that I'm going to get lost. Got some more kind of a crew area over here. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, the food processors are displayed there. A lot of fridges in the area. Oh, we even got a chill out area with a TV, a couple chairs over there. And we got our farming section with different colors set up here. And this is undoubtedly for grow lights, I bet. Yes, it is. Very nice. Fridges along the way here. Same blocks, different kind of background there. This time kind of going for that techie, lighty look. That looks really cool as well. Yeah, nice looking farm. So yeah, it kind of looks like it's got like a full barrage of stuff going on here. Again, I'm a little worried that I'm going to get lost. So I've been in here. Yeah, this is where I boarded the ship at. Okay. So we don't go down from here. So let's we've been to this floor. Yes, we've been to this floor. This is our farm. We got a storage controller there. And go up to the top side. Ah, look at that. No, I think I've seen these already. Yeah, I've been down this floor too. Okay. And all right, so I think there's maybe another section I did not see on the back of the ship actually. Let's head back this way. Oh yeah, there was that catwalk above the shield. Let's go up to the top floor here. No, that's not it. Ah, and then yeah, our bridge, duh. And then here is our first-person bridge that kind of overlooks the landing pad and the front part of the ship there. Very cool. And oh, medical bay. Yeah, I haven't seen this floor yet. So we got a full-on medical bay. Looks like all the specialized equipment, like this setup over here with the bed and the kind of medical box over there, or I like to call it a droid. That's something that would be neat for a deco part in the game. Is something that kind of looks like a droid, maybe a Star Wars knockoff or something. Very nice. And this gets you right out to the landing pad over here. It says right by the full medical bay, right underneath the bridge. And then this is that catwalk that goes to the top part of the warp drive, which is kind of useful. I mean, obviously in a ship, especially, I don't know. Let's see. Is this the? This is. I believe this is the. I'm gonna get out a tool here. Hold on a second. I wanted to know for sure if this was the standard warp drive. I think it is. So yeah, if you wanted to upgrade the warp drive, you could just come up here and just sit in front of it and do it. Pretty nice layout for that. Anyway, let's take a look at some numbers here. Let me get the lights back on here a second. Very cool ship, by the way. This looks really nice, and obviously you can fit a lot of shielding into it as well. So to start with here, we are only size class 5. I thought it might have been a little bit bigger than that. 64, 37 strafing, 74 lift, 37 reverse, 65 down, 23 hour and 44 minute build time. Quite a bit of estrium and zirconium usage on this, but it's more of a it's a larger CV. You know, it's not a starter vessel or anything like that. Can take in on a lot of shield parts. I believe the final count was 6 medium and 8 small shield parts in here. 40 fuel tanks, 6 oxygen tanks. It does look like it's going to need some auxiliary or quantum or alternative ways to put in CPU on the ship right off the gates. It does have locations to add all those parts. And then if you want to take it up a little bit more and get a lot more shielding in there, you can also bring that up beyond these numbers here and really get this thing tweaked out here with a pretty good amount of shield strength as well. Storage wise, so we got an ammo controller at 320k. And it looks like we got a couple cargo controllers here. Oh, a 640, both 640s. And then beyond that, it looks like we a fair amount of boxes and things like that, and freezers. So yeah, 2 640 cargo and 1 320 ammo on here. Yeah, again, very cool. I've been really liking Barefoot and Hillbilly's work, Star Wars oriented type creations, and they're just looking just awesome. I mean, this is just really cool design work here and block work, and man, I gotta say, the vented thruster housing of the unusual shape back there also being used as kind of like your rear landing gear. That is really cool. Well done there. Nice red highlight stripes and some other colors in the mix here as well. That is very cool. Looks a little banged up in places too. I'm sure intentionally done. You can kind of see how the textures are fluctuating around the hull here too. Some smooth, some of this, some of that. Kind of but overall, you know, yeah, it looks pretty good. So again, this is the Talos class cruiser by Barefoot and Hillbilly. Very cool. So the next creation here, let's go find it up in the sky here. This is the Star Wanderer by Helen Red, and this is a pretty big space station like CV. You know what? And I think I forgot to put gas it up. Oh no, it is running. Okay, thrusters are just off. I noticed that the thrusters weren't on. So this is actually a CV. And this is wild. This is a big CV. Holy smokes, this thing. Wow, look at that. This is a huge amount of area right here. And these are some gigantic solar. Oh no, yeah, they got a whole lot of solar panels there, and some guns, and even gravity generators, opposing gravity generators. Oh, that's cool. So essentially, when you're in space, these gravity generators will take influence. So these are all landing pads, all 3 of these, and gravity will be correct on every one of them. So like if you're over here and you land a ship, it'll be like this is the ground, and this is your big landing pad. That is slick, and I bet you there's a way going right off the back of the landing pad into a door inside the creation, which is also offset for the different gravity. Oh, that's cool. And my goodness, this thing is gigantic. I'm really curious on its size class. The pictures don't do it justice. You know, you see it on the blueprint picture, and I think it's a little surprising how big it actually is. And this, very cool though. Look at that. Look at this thruster assembly going on here for reverse thrusters. It's unusual to see a CV look really very much like a space station. Big old like a gravity ring type of thing going on there too, where you kind of anticipate that this whole section here would be rotating to create artificial gravity in it. And actually, you know, I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't have had this in space here, because it kind of looks like all these hallways are designed for that. We can even see the evidence even on the front here of the gravity generators in opposing directions. Well, gosh darn it. Here, tell you what, I'm going to, I didn't realize all that with this creation when I first did it. I'm going to go straight up from here, and I'm going to just quickly respawn it in space, or not. Okay, let's go off this direction. All right, I just want to spawn that again here. So this is the Star Wanderer. There we are. It is showing in red. It might be probably due to size class. So yeah, if I'm going to take a look at the inside of this, I definitely wanted to do it in space here. That space lighting on here looks really, really good too, with the generally white or pretty light gray cosmetics on it. Wow, look at that. Looks like it's got another ring over here too. So there's a big ring there, and then there's a secondary ring on this part of it. And wow, this is crazy. What is going on here? That is just some really big framework, and look at all the solar capacitors in here. I wonder if that's why it's got a problem, because on CVs in Reforged Eden, you can't. It doesn't need the solar capacitors. I wonder if that's why it is showing up in red. It's a weird setup, but the solar panels on CVs just generate power. And I bet you this is what it might be causing it to be red, is because of the solar capacitors. Now, you'd think that you'd want the solar capacitors on a CV in Reforged Eden, but it doesn't work the same as the bases with solar capacitors. So that could be the thing. And oh my God, look at the solar back here too. Oh, this is no joke here. So it might have also just vastly overdid the maximum solar panel that you could put on a creation. I believe you can put in 24 small and 24 large solar panels as a maximum number. So this one obviously is going far beyond that with its solar panels. But I would imagine that would make one heck of a lot of solar energy. And look at all it could store if the capacitors were working on there. Very, very cool creation. This just looks like it took a long time to build. A lot of playing around with gravity generators. That adds another whole element. You got to have those spaced out just right so everything works on the outside here, or while getting around on the interior and whatnot. All right. Well, I don't even know where to start on this ship to get into it. I'm just still looking at the block work here, and it is crazy. Look at that. So yeah, the gravity generator on this side. This is massive. Very nice looking though. I mean, really, really nice looking block work. The whites and the blacks, the framework going around here. That looks really good together. Very spacey. All right, so I'm going to find a way on board. I'm sure there's lots of them. I don't know the creation yet. So And kind of, well, here, we know we can come in from these. So let's come in from this lower pad here. Okay, I just want to make sure it's properly gassed up here. And, oh, look at that. Big old double staircase. Clean, very clean on the inside. I like the again the white and the blacks together here. So it looks like we get to an elevator system here, but all right, here I gotta get out of God mode here. Well, we will walk the walk here around the around these rings here. Yeah, that's cool. It's not the first creation I've seen with this now. It's I think the third or fourth, but yeah, that is yeah, it's really cool. I have yet to build anything that does anything like this. I think it's really cool though. It's just wild being able to really walk like completely upside down and around creation here like this. So this is obviously going to have a lot of interior space on it. I don't know if I'm going to see it all in this video, unless the video is going to be super long. So yeah, so pretty much all uniform here. Let's hop in one of these elevators here. I don't even know exactly what we walked two areas of the ship, or two chunks of the ring, I should say, of one ring, just the one ring. So yeah, so we're going up this elevator, and that goes up to another elevator, kind of a double elevator, a lot of elevator. But, you know, again, giant creation here. So, and then wow, so we're up, what are we even looking at here? I don't know, there's something going on above me here. Gotta see what that's about. Oh, we're getting to another, oh, this is, oh, it's that big hangar area, and so we're kind of walking around. Oh, that's such a trip. Like, I'm standing at a 45-degree angle right now, that's why those hangar doors look that way, and what a trip. I just kind of wanted to experience the gravity on here. Again, I'm totally lost. I have no idea where I'm at in here, but you know. Oh, look at that. It kind of flips you as you go through an elevator. Then we got some blast doors over here. Here, well, yeah. Okay, so if I'm actually at a 90-degree angle right now. I went into God mode again so I could fly around a little bit quicker, but so we got this, holy smokes. Jeez. Yeah, this is like a 2-scale, like, space station that's bigger than anything humans have yet made. Yeah, that's really cool. Wow. That's this corridor that just kind of goes across there. What a trip. Oh, I don't know where I'm exactly at now, but it looks like we've got that's cool. I'm not sure. Looks like definitely some part upgrades or storage in these areas here. A lot of different pieces could fit in there if you wanted to put them there. Looks pretty cool without anything there though. And this looks like I got our front bridge here. It's amazing how I found that. Or wait, or the back bridge. This is the back. So maybe you just go both directions. That could be very much it. So yeah, so that's I guess that's the back. Doesn't really matter. I mean, what the front or the back is, it's just that big. Wow. Okay. So our warp drive's over here, and yeah, the blast door's here. Let's go across this. This almost looks like it could use a I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen HV like monorails before. Imagine that, or SV monorail that can kind of like, it would be hard. I'm sure the game would screw up with it, but that'd be so cool, like a tram that would go from the front to the back across this. It's almost like a track, you know that. Yeah, It can be done. I just have a feeling because this moves, the game would screw up constantly with it, unless it was, stationary. But that would be pretty cool. Again, the game was never intended to do that, so it wasn't like a bug or anything. It was just never made to have monorails in it. But players are pretty ingenious and come up with all kinds of things, and surprisingly, some of these things actually do work. Wild concepts and things like that. So yeah, actually, this would be the back. So this is the front. That's the back. Wow, wow. I know. I did not see a lot of this. I want to get into parts of this, so a little bit more here and see what's going on in here. So I'm upside down. Let me get out of God mode, and we will. Oh, floating around here. So it looks like this is maybe a gravity-free zone right here. Which honestly, I mean, if I was using this ship in space or just about any ship in gameplay, I'd probably be using my jetpack anyway to get around in the creation because it's just quicker. But yeah, that's really cool. Big old farm complex here, and for whatever reason, the gravity's got me shifted, so I'm upside down. But I believe all these farm plots. Well, I'm confused. I am just really confused. When you have multiple different directions like that, it does add to a little bit of confusion. But I would say that, what I'm looking at now, because I'm in God mode, that should be the bottom of the ship, and this should be the top of the ship. So I'm just curious on how this was even done here, having the grow plots technically on the ceiling. That's interesting. I didn't know you could place them like that. Go up in here. Oh, I guess it's kind of the same spot I was just at here. Yeah. I don't know. Really wild design here. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with this part. I don't know if this is something that glitched out or not. It kind of looks like we just got some random 6 kind of off-centered solar panels up over here. That could have been... could be just God, you hardly even notice it. There's like 6 solar panels just floating in the air, and they're so dinky compared to the whole thing that, or maybe that's just part of the construction. I don't know. That's interesting. Wow, so we've got, okay, so we've got grow plots at all directions here. Actually, I see what's going on now. So this, oh my goodness. Wow. So this is going to have a lot of grow plots too, by the way. So a lot of solar, a lot of grow plots. Yeah, what a wild design there. I'm sure I missed some areas of it, but it's just it is enormous. Love the block work. Love the look and styling of it. Really really nice look in there. Well, solar panels seem to be getting some juice over there now too. I didn't realize they would light up. See, I'm so confused. I'm in RE. I didn't think the solar panels even lit up on these things over here in RE. And you can tell that, yeah, the ones that are in sunlight are lighting up where these are not. I didn't even know they did that in RE. I thought they just it didn't matter. So yeah, this is just quite confusing to me. All right. Anyway, spec-wise. Well, it's going to need a lot of CPU. We'll go there. So size class 50. Here, you know what? We got some things off here a minute. I'm going to turn on the thrusters here as well. So size class 50, we do 55 forward, 10 strafing, 10 lift, 27 reverse, 10 down, 52 hour and 45 minute build time. Yeah, it does use some S-trim as that goes in. It's going to use a lot of resources. It's a big creation. Quite a bit of defenses on it, too. 8 missile turrets, 16, well, actually 24, plus retractable. It has a multi-turret and a drill turret as well. Some retractable plasma turrets, 44 fuel tanks, 32 oxygen tanks. CPU-wise, obviously, it's just going to need a whole lot of CPU. Now, this could have been set up kind of for vanilla and maybe this works out. You know, that's probably the deal. That's probably the deal on a lot of this. Our numbers are going to look a whole lot different if this was displayed in vanilla, I do believe. Where vanilla would go up to 10 million CPU with 4 advanced CPU cores, which I believe this has in it, I think. And I bet you these numbers would work out. Yeah, definitely looking at it in Reforged, it kind of shows it probably as a disadvantage on what it was made for. Storage-wise on here. So let's see, we got some container controllers here. It looks like 7 of those. Looks like they're all 16K. We've got 4 harvest controllers, but they're all at 8K. That's kind of interesting. I kind of figured they would have a lot more cargo extensions strapped to them, or maybe I'm just, you know, the game's been kind of buggy with a lot of things lately, and maybe this is some kind of bug, because I just kind of expected all these controllers would probably be bigger than what they are, especially considering that the size of the creation here. I don't know if this was intentional or if I'm just seeing some kind of glitch going on here. I don't know. But again, yeah, really, really wild, crazy creation here. Love it. Quite the space station. Solar powered. Looks really authentic. Very very pretty creation there. So again, the Star Wanderer, excuse me, by Helen Red. All right, so let me get back to. Let me see if I'm oriented close by. Yes, let's go. I should be right down over here. Get back in formation here. So there it is again, the Star Wanderer on planet side. I guess it could have been on planet side, but the whole gravity thing, that is definitely one of those really cool things here. So the next one here, this is the PMWBA Siren Auto Miner Facility for RE19 by Pair 78. And I can definitely see some inspiration on another particular game in this build here. Satisfactory. Makes me want to play Satisfactory some more here. Yeah, this looks really, really cool, and it's kind of like I kind of like the looks of the industrial, clean industrial look in Satisfactory, and this looks like the I forget what it's called, the first building that you have to put down when you play the game. It's like your base or something like that. It's looks a lot like it, actually. The same kind of idea here, or maybe it's a different piece, but yeah, that looks really, really cool. I love this, like these shocks going on in here, and with a little bit of the rust decals on there, and the color scheme gives it away too. This would be your default color scheme that you'd see the parts in Satisfactory with. We got some turrets on here as well. This is some really cool, intricate industrial styling framework going on here. I definitely like that, and the mechanisms here, and a lot of this stuff looks like it would like move up and down these tracks. You actually have a I would call it a space elevator, but some kind of like probe that will come down and land on here, and then take back off, and it catches it. It's yeah, really, really cool. And then our little crew area over here, it looks like. And then in the center section here, it looks like, yeah, kind of like our kind of open hangar area. Well, we got a closed off section. Looks like on both sides here, but yeah, it's pretty wild here. The catwalk. Oh, the lights are purpose. Wait a minute. Do I not have juice in here? No, it does have fuel. It's I don't know what the heck's going on over here. Could be another glitch with the game. At first, I was wondering if the author put in some dedicated blinky lights or something, but I'm seeing the power just fluctuating over and over again. I'm not sure what's causing that to happen. It does have fuel, so yeah, it just keeps on turning on and turning off. It Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe it's solar operated only, and there's no generators in here. That's the only reason I could think of that it would do this, unless it's a bug. Yeah, but it does have fuel. Why would you have fuel tanks if there's no generators? But it probably, or maybe I got to turn some things on. Maybe that's it. Generator. Oh yeah, look at that. The generators are off. Okay. So yeah. All right. It was on full-on solar mode. So that let's what is that? Oh, look at that. We got big old blasts. I didn't even see those. I thought this was totally open, but yeah, that whole hangar area actually seals off with blast doors, or this chunk over here. Very cool. All right, figured out the problems here. It's not a bug or a glitch or anything like that. Just an option to save some juice. So, wow, look, another floor up here. That looks pretty wild. Like this is like solid, like cargo looking stuff, and these are actually cargo extensions. You can tell by the texturing on there. It's really cool. They're all like different colors. It looks like you're walking through like a container ship or something like that. That is really cool. More boxes over here. We'll go down that other elevator in a second. Oh, this is actually pretty big creation here too. We got this like upper landing pad area here. The ladder. Oh, this is, yeah, a solar array going on here. All the solar panels are kind of angled off to the one direction there. And yeah, up over there you can see that top part there. Probably shouldn't walk there. I don't think that's a place I'm supposed to walk. Let's go down this way. So it looks like over here we've got our teleporter, and this is, yeah, so the front side of that kind of hangar area here. And oh yeah, this looks neat. So we got a big old furnace there, well displayed in the this section here, like the catwalk going around the ceiling. The glass windows there, and more catwalks, fridge. Looks like locations to add some grow plots, I'm guessing. Yeah, this is where you would strap the grow lights, which are directly above there. So yeah, you can put in some grow plots, and they're kind of like asymmetrically laid out here too, which is pretty interesting. Got a looks like an advanced constructor on that side, open spot for this one, and information on part upgrades. Okay, very cool. Yeah, definitely looks like you could add some more generators, and talks about removing some pieces to add some other stuff there. Yeah, very cool. Oh, and look at this little side room here with looks like a full medical bay. Oh yeah, hold on. You can walk through that. You can walk through that. You can walk through pretty much, and you can get to all this. Oh, that's cool. Didn't even think about that. You can walk through a half block space, and this is kind of like 1.5 blocks, but I just figured it would have a collision thing that would stop you from walking through there, but it works. That's good to know. That could be a little bit of compression, kind of like how it's done there. Oh, what did I just do? I hit a part. I hit the wrong key. That's what I did. Okay. Yeah, really wild base creation here. Again, very inspired by Satisfactory. You know what? Let's there's a back over here. I don't think I went up around this way much, but just try to follow this. Would be quite a walk here. Look at these ladders. It goes. Oh yeah, we've been here, but it's like it still goes up. I'm trying to figure out how do I go up if I was on the planet, or maybe it doesn't. There's a door here. What is going on? And there is a, oh, our shield's up top here. So I don't think you're actually meant to go up here. unless you're doing some maintenance or something like that. But yeah, okay, so there's nothing really up here. There's a shield, yeah, really wild creation there. Very cool pair. Definitely, I haven't seen you build anything quite like this before, or I haven't seen anything quite like this before. Very cool. So let's take a look at some numbers here. So start with, this is size class 4. 3 fuel tanks, 3 oxygen tanks. It's base, so it doesn't move. We don't have to worry about that. 6 hours and 34 minutes build time. Does use a smidgen of estrum and zacosium. CPU-wise, yeah, looks like it's core something or other. Pretty light on CPU usage overall. Obviously, it'll go up to, this is, I think, just a basic CPU core in here. Maybe an improved. I'm not exactly sure how it translates, but it's light on CPU usage. Let's take a look at its storage. So we got an ammo box at 14K. Looks like we got 2 cargo controllers at 6. Sorry, I think my mic just went out. 2 640K cargo controllers. And a lot of other boxes. I was just kind of looking for the controllers in here. No, plenty of storage in there. Pentacted tank, shield, defenses, you name it. So again, this is the PMWBA Siren Auto Miner Facility for RE19 by Pair 78. Very, very cool. So the next creation here, let me find where I've got this one. Yeah, there's very little I could get on the landing pad today because there's a lot of other types of creations going on here. So this one is called the Deep Blue by Noob. And the comments about it, this has a very tall setup with its support beams. So it is really designed to place in water at any depth. And when you place it, you can use the page up and page down keys to figure out where you want to position it. But as you can see, going down under the water, these beams are making full contact to the ground, which is a really cool option on this one. So it really was designed to place in the water at adjustable heights as well. I might have spawned it up a little bit too high in the air here, but even when I did, I think all these beams are making ground contact below the water line as well. So yeah, that's a really cool way to do it. Place your base in the water on a planet. And speaking of a base, it is a really cool looking base here. I gotta say, this is a whole complex going on here. Looks like again something that, I don't know, just really cool. So you got kind of like your main base structure over here, and then a pretty large landing pad area over here. Kind of asymmetrically done as well. And look at this over here. I guess we'll start with the landing pad. Oh, those LCDs look really nice. So fuel cells, insert credits here. Oh, thank you and have a nice day. Exact exchange only. So it's, yeah, like a station. People can come by and get fueled up, and they got to pay for it, of course, like a gas station. Deep Blue Oceanic Hydrogen Processing. Derp Industrial. And a bunch of solar panels laid across this really pretty large landing pad. That looks really nice. And oh, look at this. Oh, I like that. These controllers kind of look like they're just big, like industrial dumpsters. I'm not sure what you would call that, but it looks really cool. I like that. And it's a cargo in, steel plates, promethium. That's really cool. I like the design idea on that. Again, kind of like the just big storage, like dumpster kind of things, or not dumpsters, probably the bad word for that, but yeah, industrial storage containers with kind of an open top on them. Let's take this causeway going on in here into this the hangar section here. I'm going to adjust the lighting for this part. And, well, definitely, maybe I'll get a little bit more lighting back in here. It's nice to see the those sun effects of the glass, too. The shadows. So, yeah, here's our big hydrogen tanks. Looks like on the inside over here, on that side. And got, looks like 4 advanced constructors over here. Great looking LCD again. Love how that's done. We got our main core right in the center here, surrounded by this armored glass setup over here with some interesting alien plant pieces in there. That looks cool. I don't think I've seen that one done before. Kind of like some wiring that goes to the main core there. Interesting use of the part. Hydrogen 1. That's pretty neat. I like how the whole structure here is kind of rounded off with the angled glass going around the edges there. Hydrogen tanks on one side, and obviously our production area. And then it looks like we've got a lower level here that kind of above the water line. Oh, it's got the shield down there. Oxygen tanks, solar capacitors, CPU blocks, generators. Makes sense, though. You know, you keep all this stuff cool, all these hot parts. You just let them soak in the ocean there. That keeps things cooled down. That is pretty cool. Not to mention it's supposed to be processing hydrogen. That's why probably you see all the pipes and everything out of there. You need water for hydrogen. So water and oxygen. So yeah, it is. No, actually, no. You just need water and electrolysis. Process a little electricity shot in there, and then you can make hydrogen and oxygen. Very nice, very nice. So I kept on looking for like a upstairs way here. It looks like there's another floor above me, but I don't see a walkway going up that way yet. I'm probably just missing it. I'll cheat. Let's go. Oh, I get it. So, oh man, I didn't even look at the top side up here yet. So that's just a big landing pad. I love this just big round structure going on here. That is really cool. And this side's different here too. So this has got like a SV. Potentially a HV if it was lowered into the ocean more. You could bring a HV up in here too, and that just allows you to just drive it and park. And this is kind of like your production base over here, which it looks like it's got everything it needs to pull that off. And oh yeah, and here's the way upstairs. The 2 elevators right in front of my face. I didn't quite see. That's I like how this is done here. So you got this this inner walkway that goes all the way around that section there too. Very stylish. Yeah, neat. Very cool base. Haven't seen anything quite like this before. Well, I've seen some other water design bases, but this one kind of pushing that forward yet. A little larger, a little more complex structure. And it really works too. I mean, that whole method that the author did with these long pieces that come down into the ocean, you know, it looks really good. It looks kind of realistic, and it works. It holds the whole place up, structurally sound, and you can set it at whatever height you want to. I don't think the oceans go deep enough where the pillar beams would not hit the bottom on this creation. So let's take a look at some numbers here. Oh, size class is 12. Unlock level is 15. 12-hour and 25-minute build time. Does use a smidgen of estrium and zirconium. There's just certain parts that you kind of want to put in builds that need that occasionally. And yeah, I understand why it's done. Even on my current build too, it's like I want to put in a shield. Can't put in a shield unless you have use a little bit of this, and that's just one of those things. But so CPU wise, well in check here for reforging the CPU. 311,000 out of 360,000. Storage wise, oh wow, okay, so this is Cargolon. Cargolon? I'm not sure what that is, but it's a 536K storage bay. 560 here, DB1 input, another 640, another 640, another 640, another 640. Holy smokes, okay, so this has got a lot of storage in it. I think they fluctuate, so it's going to be a little hard to assess the total amount of storage. But yeah, there's a number of storage controllers in here. Some of them get really big. So yeah, I'll just a lot of storage, a lot of storage in here. Yeah, very, very cool base. Again, this is the Deep Blue by Noob. Really, really inventive there. I like the idea. I really like that idea of how this has the adjustable height and made to go in the oceans. Really cool theme there. All right, so the last creation today, this was a bit of an unusual thing here. Came across this here. This is the Cargotron by Fuji. And at first, I was like, what in the heck is this thing? And I got to say, this is a pretty cool idea. Let me explain. First, well, it looks nice. It's a big box, right? It's a decorative box. It does have interior in it, but it's and check out the love the red highlight text on the sides here too. Very cool. Now, what this box does is does something that I haven't quite seen other creations do at this capacity ever, or even close, and that is storage. This is a storage box, and as you can tell, it's a pretty big box. Looks really cool. I mean, the decorative design patterns on here, but what makes it impressive is, well, a couple things. Let's just kind of fly around. It's not really meant to be, well, yeah, it does have an interior, but obviously it is just loaded with storage controllers. And this is, I'm just walking around one little part of this structure here, and you can see it's got just an amazing amount of storage controllers in here, and it's just, yeah, it's wild. Now I'll go over the numbers. I haven't quite looked at them, but I think from the description I got the idea on what this is all about here, and that is definitely about storage. Obviously, more storage over here, more storage over here, more storage over here, more storage over here. Yeah, and finally to the top, and then it does have another entryway on the top. So that's where its thing comes in at. Let's okay, yeah, here, let's just fly through the hall. You can see that this is pretty much a dedicated massive storage unit. And I would think that this thing would just be psycho to spawn in the game cost-wise. It's really big. It's just non-stop, full of storage. But here's the thing about it. Now, obviously, it goes over the CPU, but guess what? It doesn't care because it doesn't have any power. There's no generators in here to blow up. The storage doesn't need power, so it doesn't have anything else in it. So when you look at the specs here, oh man, I'm an idiot. When I looked at this, when I looked at it, I thought that said 48 minutes, not 48 hours. Okay, I get it now. So this doesn't hardly take anything special whatsoever in resources. It just takes a lot of iron to build this. And other than that, it's a little copper and silicon in there, and hardly anything else. So just a whole ton of iron. But what this gives you, I mean, it's size class 11. What this gives you, and it doesn't care about the CPU. It doesn't matter what the CPU is in here because it doesn't have any power. There's nothing to blow up. There's nothing that needs power in here. But here's the impressive thing: when you go into the your cargo, it has 730 plus whatever's going on here. Maybe that's just oh, it looks like there's a little typo on one storage controller in here. That looks like 721 is not in the mix. Well, anyway, 730 320K storage space. 730 of them in here. So, my goodness, this has got such a vast amount of storage. If you want to store stuff and play a long haul game in Empyrion and have a place to put everything and not ever having to worry about fueling it, this is your Cargotron right here. It's just amazing amount of storage space in here. Just ridiculous amount of storage space. Big old landing pad on the top here too, so you could park some pretty good size CVs and things like that up there, and then enter. And obviously you can go in here too, but it doesn't have any lighting because it doesn't use any power. I would hate to try to power this thing up all the time, but it doesn't need it. It's all storage. One thing I was curious about though is the oh yeah, I see it obviously. So Wi-Fi. Does the Wi-Fi work without power too? Because obviously when I hit F4 I can access all the boxes here, and as far as I know it doesn't have any generators or any form of power in the creation. I think it's a really good idea. I mean, you don't need power in a storage creation, or constructors or any of that. But my goodness, insane amount of storage on this creation. So yeah, I had to Fuji here to come up with something that I haven't seen anything like this before. Not to this scale, at least. I think I've seen some other storage creations, but this is this is the biggest amount of storage I've seen in any creation to date in Empyrion. Straight up, I've seen some ships with an awful lot of storage before. This at least doubles the storage I've seen on those other ships. So 730, 320K storage bays in here. If you got a lot of iron, it's not that bad to really bring into the game. It doesn't need much other things. It's going to need a lot of iron, but it's a pretty easy resource to get in game, especially if you're into asteroid mining. You can get a lot of that pretty quickly. So anyway, this is again the Cargotron by Fuji. Very, very cool. Kind of inspiring. It kind of makes me think a little bit about storage in the game too, on other methods that you could do storage and not have to worry about generators and power and CPU and all that fun stuff. It doesn't really care. I mean, the CPU is, if you go over the CPU, it's designed to blow up your generators. But if you don't have any generators, who cares? Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of it. Anyway, really cool creations again by everyone. Just some insanely cool stuff. A lot of innovation, beautiful ships and creations and bases and crazy psycho storage facility beyond what I've ever seen before. So that is some pretty insane stuff there. Hold on a second. I just wanted to look at one thing here, and when I was looking at this creation in space, there was these floating solar panels, but now that I've got it spawned in on the ground here, I don't see them. So I'm thinking it was a glitch. But now I'm seeing some floating solar panels over here by this creation, just randomly in the air, like the same format that I seen when I spawned this one in space. It's got to be a glitch. This doesn't have any solar panels on it, and I'm pretty sure the author didn't just randomly put 6 random solar panels on the other creation. So I'm thinking there's just something going on with the game where it's got some kind of weird glitch going on here for whatever reason, and it's attaching 6-pack of solar panels to various creations randomly. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, you all have yourself a great day and weekend, and I will talk to you later.